Raya and the Last Dragon was directed by López Estrada and Don Hall, stars Kelly Marie Tran, Awkwafina, Dae Kim, Gemma Chan, and a bunch of other great cast talents. And in this movie, long ago in the fantasy world of Kumandra, humans and dragons lived together in a perfect harmony. However, when sinister monsters known as the Drun threatened the land, the dragons sacrificed themselves to save humanity. Now, 500 years later, those same monsters have returned, and it's up to a lone warrior to track down the last dragon to stop the Drun for good. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, I would like to thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to follow all my social media links in the description box down below. If you like what you see here, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like this video, comment down below what you guys think of Raya and the Last Dragon, and share this video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell to get notified when the newest videos are up, when I go live, when I post on my community tab. Otherwise, you're not going to get every single notifications to either one of those things. And stick around for this week because we got a bunch of other stuff coming to you. So when it comes to Raya and the Last Dragon, I was really looking forward to this movie. Even when it was announced back in 2020, I was like, Raya and the Last Dragon, this sounds awesome. This sounds pretty cool. It was not another Disney remake. It was not another Disney ripoff. This was more of an original story. And first, this was going to be called Dragon Empire, and this was initially supposed to be the directorial debut of story artists Paul Briggs and Daniel Wellins. But production stuff happened, but it was not as bad as Chaos Walking. I'll tell you that right now. When this movie was announced, at first you had the good cast of Awkwafina playing Sisu and Cassie Steele to play the role of Raya, but however, due to creative shifts during the production of this movie, she was recasted by Kelly Marie Tran, which I know she's one of the most hated things in Star Wars The Last Jedi, but I wanted to see this movie because it had a good the trailers looked really good. And at first, I was really excited when this was supposed to come out in 2020, but because of the pandemic and stuff, this got pushed to 2021. And theaters on Disney Plus with $30 surcharge in the part of the premiere access somewhere. And I gotta tell you, Raya and the Last Dragon lived up to my expectations. This was my most anticipated film of the year, especially for animated films. Initially, it was Fantastic Beasts 3, but now that's next year because of the whole crisis with Johnny Depp and stuff. But Raya and the Last Dragon, this is classic Disney magic, and I loved every single minute of it. What makes Raya and the Last Dragon so good, and as great as it is that its story. Yes, it does borrow a little bit of a few elements in some aspects with The Last Airbender, but at its core, even though it borrowed from that great show, this is pretty much its own flavor. I was very impressed with how the story felt like. You could tell that it reminded me a lot of other stories, other movies like The Last Airbender TV series a little bit, and like animated Disney movies like Mulan and Moana. I had a little bit of Frozen kick with this movie in terms of the story, but just on the same level as the Frozen movies and Moana. But what makes it, the story is what makes this movie amazingly well handled. I love the story of this movie. I think the story is phenomenal here. The story is very well done. The script and the characters are amazingly crafted. Every single thing that happens in this movie, I was enjoying You have the rivalry between Raya and this other character played by Gemma Chan. Such a fantastic, like, world build up here, and this is one of the most mature Disney films in this current gem of Disney movies, and I definitely saw that, and I was very much a fan of that in so many aspects. I love that about this. The story and the tone was very amazingly well done. Also, the messages about trust and friendship all the way up into the movie's emotional weights. It gave me a good thrill of that old classic Disney magic. That's what is missing a little bit with the live action remakes and with a lot of animated movies that are not made by Pixar, Disney, or DreamWorks. I have to say that I loved a lot of that in this movie, and I was very, very impressed on how this movie went about it. I thought it was very well done, it was very well structured, and I felt like this had a point. It had a point of getting this message across, and I very much appreciated it on terms of that. And I really loved that about this movie, about the messages of trust and friendship. I think is what kids and adults really took away from, and just the emotional weight and the world building that this movie has. You can tell that the directors and the writer of this movie, the shout out to them, because this movie would not be anywhere as great as it is without them. They put a lot of heart into it, but also the animation in this movie is so beautiful. The animation in this movie is beautiful. This is the most beautiful Disney animated films I've seen in a very good while, besides Wolf Walkers from Clips and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Even some of Disney's other movies and other Pixar movies have great animation, but this animation is so visually breathtaking, and I would be and if this does not get in the Oscar nominations for Best Animated Feature, then something is wrong with you for next year, because this is impressive animation at best. Of course, we gotta talk about the voice acting in this movie. Of course, we have our lead, the lovely Kiel Murray Tran as Raya, who initially this was gonna be Cassie Steele playing the part, but again, due to creative differences, they recast her with Kiel Murray Tran. And Kiel Murray Tran does a phenomenal job as Raya. She brings the badass attitude in, she brings a lot of heart, emotional weight to the character, and she brings a lot of physicality that is needed to the role, and I was very impressed with Kiel Murray Tran. And to all you people out there who has harassed this woman for Star Wars The Last Jedi over the next couple of years, get off your freaking keyboards and watch her in this movie, and tell me that she is not giving 110%. And to all the people who still want to hate on her, I have one little clip for you. Well, actually, two.
She kissed me. Fuck off. You know what? Fuck you.
You can't handle the truth!
Shut up!
Clips. Yeah, I had to say what I had to say there. And also, you can't forget about a tribute to her. So, Kiel Murray Tran, obviously she is beautiful. So, here it is. Also, Awkwafina as Sisu. I loved Awkwafina as Sisu. And the camaraderie she has. Of course, going into this movie, I was excited to see her in the role. But I was also very nervous to see, because when you have a talking thing, they could usually say some lame jokes that don't work, or pop culture references, or stupid one-liners that doesn't really work. None of that is here when it comes to Sisu. You can tell that she has emotion, she has emotional weight, and I loved her camaraderie with Raya, and the bond and the emotional friendship they had. It also kind of had me tearing up a little bit, almost. watching it. Also, the rest of the cast in this movie I think is very well done. Dae Kim, Sandra Oh, Benedict Wong, Izaac Wang, Tran. Almost everyone's entire cast is completely Asian American and Chinese. The only one exceptional here is Alan Tudyk, who does a really great job as Tuk. You have Little Noi, who's the baby con artist. You have Tong. Gemma Chan as Namari, I really liked her. She's a warrior princess of the Fang Land, and she was great in this role. And you can tell that she has a little bit of a bone to pick with Raya, which I like the whole confrontation there with them. But what about the action? The action, of course, the action is nice. This is a Disney movie. This is the most action-packed of the Disney movies, and I was very surprised that for a movie like this, you expect it to be action-packed, just like Mulan was. And I will say this, to anyone who did not like the 2020 Mulan, I think you'll be very happy here with this. But I was so impressed with how every single action scene was well handled, well animated, and well choreographed. Nothing in the action scenes felt boring or felt lame or felt inconsistent. But also, the biggest praise I do have to give to this movie is James Newton Howard's score. This score is beautifully crafted. It's so amazing. I love the score in this movie. And the score here is very well done. I love the score here. It's very beautiful. It's very well done. It does have that epic feel, and it has that classic Disney animation feel. And he's done a lot of scores for Disney movies once, so it's never surprising that he would be doing this. And the score here was absolutely really good. I love the score in this movie. But, of course, I did like the villain, of course. Namari, she's not really a villain. She just has a little bit of a bone to pick with Raya. I only have one issue with this movie, is that I feel like a few of the side characters could have had a little bit more to do, but each of them, they still held their own nevertheless. So I will give credit to where credit is due. At the end of the day, Raya and the Last Dragon lived up to every single one of my expectations. This lives up to its hype in every single possible way, from the beautiful animation to the incredible messages about trust and friendship, to the musical score, to the emotional weight, to the way this movie has great action scenes, which by the way was initially going to be rated R with the first cut, but good thing they went back and fixed that to where it wasn't R-rated, so little kids could watch it. The voice acting is tremendous, from Kiel Murray Tran to Awkwafina. The side characters could have more to do, but I still very much enjoyed Raya and the Last Dragon. This is one of my favorite movies of the year, and I am going to give Raya and the Last Dragon a better than Vampire Academy. Almost there with Spider-Verse Seal of Approval. I love this movie. I can't wait for you all to go check it out when it comes out on DVD and when it becomes officially free Disney Plus, because of the whole premiere access right now. Support it. Do not sleep on this movie. This movie is fantastic. So let me know in the comment section down below, what did you guys think of Raya and the Last Dragon? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Or are you somewhere in the middle? I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys keep it cool and join the Epictasticness.